everyone, it's Miss Melinda here. Welcome to week 2 of our Arts at Home initiative. This is our Tumble Tots mini junior acro classes. Today we are starting to work on stands, and we're working on some different variations of cartwheels and rolls and bridges. So follow along with this video as many times as you want at home. Make sure you have a safe space, lots of room, a carpet if you need it, or a yoga mat if you have one. And don't try anything that's too hard. And if you need to modify something, you can do it at home in your own way, okay? So have fun, follow along, and we'll see you next week with some harder variations. Okay, everyone, we're gonna start with a warm-up. So let's do 25 jumping jacks. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 25 more. You can do it. 4, 3, 2, 1, and breathe in, and out, and in, and out. Good, and now we're gonna look up to the ceiling. We're gonna stretch our neck, and look down, and up, and down, and we're gonna look to the right, and the left, and right, and left. Now tilt our head, and switch, and switch, and switch, and we're gonna do one big head roll down, and back, and down. Stop the other side, and go the other way, down, back, down, and stop to the side. Good, we're gonna bring our shoulders up to our ears, and down, and up, and down, one at a time. Switch, and switch, and switch, and switch, and roll them back, and back, and back, and back, and roll them forward, and forward, and forward, and forward. Good, we're gonna bring our arms out to the side, and we're gonna reach over. One hand on our tummy, other hand up to the ceiling, and up, and other side, and up. Good, and we're gonna reach down to the floor, keeping our legs nice and straight, and plie, and stretch, and plie, and stretch, and plie, roll up, stand up tall, other side, arms out, reach over, and up, and reach, and up, hands to the floor. Good, keeping those knees nice and straight. Now we're gonna plie, and stretch, and plie, and stretch. One more time, big plie, and stretch. Now we're gonna grab our ankles, and we're gonna pull our head in between our knees. Good, and put your hands back on the floor, and one big plie, and roll up nice and slow through your back. Good, then we're gonna put our feet together, arms up to the ceiling. We're gonna make a flat back like an airplane. We're gonna hold it there, and then we're gonna fly from side to side. Good, and then we're gonna reach to the floor with our fingertips. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, and knuckles. Keeping those knees nice and straight. Good, then we're gonna reach our flat hands. Good, and then elbows. And then we're gonna bounce for 8, and bounce. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and stretch. Bring your nose to your knee, try to kiss it. And again, bounce 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and stretch. Good, and one more time, bounce. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and stretch. And we're gonna walk our hands out into a plank. Good, and we're gonna keep our tummy pulled into our back, and our bum's gonna be flat line. And we're gonna do 5 push-ups. Ready, go. 1, and stretch. 2, and stretch, 3, and stretch, 4, and stretch, last one, 5, and hold it there in your plank. And walk your hands back towards your feet, keeping those knees nice and straight. Good, and then we're gonna sit down on our bum and put the bottom of our feet together in our butterfly. And we're gonna flap our wings. And we're gonna push our right knee down. And then we're gonna push our left knee down. And then we're gonna push both. And we're gonna lift our arms up to the ceiling. We're gonna give ourselves a nice flat back, lift, 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 lift. And we're gonna reach all the way over, reaching our hands towards the camera and our nose to our toes. We're gonna smell them. Ooh. Good, and meanwhile, while we're here, we're thinking about bringing those knees down to the floor, opening and working our turnout. Good, and then we're gonna sit up tall. We're gonna stretch our feet out in front of us into a pike with nice pointed toes, and we're gonna flex and point and flex and point and flex and point, and then 1 foot at a time, big bunny ears, and switch and switch and switch. Then we're gonna point both our toes and reach our arms up to the ceiling, and we're gonna reach all the way over, try to get our hands underneath our arches and pull our nose to our knee. Good, and we wanna keep those knees super, super straight and pulled up. Good, and then we're gonna sit up tall, arms up to the ceiling, and we're gonna do it one more time. Reach, grab under your arch, and pull your head down. Very nice, and from there, we're gonna flex our feet. We're gonna grab the top of our toes, and we're gonna try to look up to the ceiling. Nice. This way, we're giving our back a nice arch, and we're stretching. Good, then we're gonna relax, and we're gonna point our toes and open into our big straddle. Good, keeping our big toes up to the ceiling and our legs turned out. We're gonna reach our arms out to the side, and we're gonna reach to our right toe, touch it, and left toe, and right toe, and left toe. Then we're gonna put our right hand on the floor in front of us, and we're gonna reach our left hand up and over. Good, very nice. Keeping our shoulders open to the front and looking up at the camera or the video. And then lift up tall, and the other side, left hand in the middle, right hand over. Good. Pointing those toes, keeping it turned out, big toe to the ceiling, and up. And then we're gonna turn to face our leg. So we're looking at our right leg. We're gonna reach both hands down to our ankle, and we're gonna pull our nose to our knee. Good, thinking about that left leg, keeping it nice and turned out. And then we're gonna sit up tall, face our left leg, reach both hands down to our ankle, nose to our knee. Right toe is staying pointed and turned out, very beautiful. And sit up tall. We're gonna put our hands in the center. We're gonna reach our arms forward and try to get our tummy on the ground while keeping, again, those big toes turned out and up to the ceiling and pointed. Good, and then from there, we're gonna swim through onto our tummy. Very nice. And we're gonna do 10 Supermans. If we remember what Supermans are, we're gonna lift our arms and legs up to the ceiling at the same time, keeping them nice and straight. And our arms are gonna stay right in front of us. Ready? We go up and down. And we come down very softly. 2 and down. Good, let's hold it a little longer. 3 and down. 4 and down. 5 and down. 6 and down. 7 and down. 8, 2 more, you can do it. 9, down, and last one we're gonna hold up, 10, and we're gonna do swimmers, opposite arm and leg going, and we're gonna do that for 20 seconds. You can do it, keep going. Swim, 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 good. Keep those hands and those feet off the ground. We don't want them touching down. Almost there, 10 more seconds. Keep going, swim, swim, swim. Good, we're working those back muscles. Swimming, 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 swimming. And 3, 2, 1, you can relax. Whew, that's a toughie. Good, then we're gonna bring our arms into our chest. And we're gonna go arch back into a cobra. And our head is the first thing to go back. We're gonna pinch our shoulders behind us. Good, our feet are not too far apart, but they do not have to be together. But we just don't want them in a big open straddle, okay? Good, pinching those shoulders back, looking backwards, and we're gonna relax and lie back down. Whew, we're gonna take a deep breath, and we're gonna try that again. Head first, back, arching, stretching those elbows, pinching our shoulders back. From here, we're gonna take our arms, or our toes, sorry, and we're gonna touch them to our head. Good, as close as we can, very nice. And if you wanna challenge yourself, if you can touch your head, you can reach your toes to your ears or even to your shoulders if you've got lots of flexibility. And then we're gonna stretch our knees and then we're gonna lie back down. Good, and we're gonna just take another deep breath. We're gonna do it one more time. Okay, so we arch back. Good, we're gonna bring one arm up over our head. And down. Then we're gonna put the other arm up over our head. And then we're gonna try to let go with both. We're gonna try and hold it up there. Squeeze, arms together, arms together, arms together. And relax. Oh, that's a toughie, isn't it? Good, now we're gonna curl up into a little ball. Stretch that back out. Oh, ouchie. That's a good one. Good, now we're gonna do our cat and our cow. So we're gonna go on to all fours. Good, so our hands are right underneath our shoulders, our knees are right underneath our hips. We're gonna do what's called a cat. So we're gonna pull our back up to the ceiling and we're gonna make a big curve. And then we're gonna drop into a cow. We're gonna arch back, we're gonna look up to the ceiling. We're trying to get our ponytail onto our bum, and then we're gonna go cat. Pull that back up, pull that belly button into your spine, and cow. And we're gonna do it 2 more times, cat, and cow. And one more, cat, and cow. Good, right from here, we're gonna leave our legs and our bum where they are. We're gonna slide our arms forward into our nice shoulder stretch. We call this a sphinx because we look kind of like a cat. And we're trying to get our armpits on the ground while keeping our bum up to the ceiling, and then our head is looking up. So we don't wanna be looking at the floor. We wanna make sure we're looking up. And this is our sphinx. And it's a good shoulder stretch because shoulder flexibility is really important when we wanna be doing walkovers and that sort of thing. Good, and then we're gonna relax and we're gonna sit our bum back to our heels into our little ball. Good, stretching out that back. And we're gonna sit up tall. We're gonna bring our right leg forward. Hands on the floor, and then we're slowly gonna slide out into our best split. Okay, good. Good, and if you are flat, you can bring your arms up into a nice L. Good, and then we can reach our hands down towards our foot and our nose to our knee. Good, and then if we want to test ourselves, we can bring our arms back behind us and we can do a nice arch. I'm gonna go to the side so we can see what that looks like from the side. Good, and if you're really feeling like it, you can bend your back leg and try to touch your toe to your head. Good, and then let's stretch it and shake it out. And then we're gonna try our left leg. So we go back to our knees. And we're gonna bring our left foot forward. Hands on the floor, we're gonna slide into our split. Good, again, if you're flat, you can bring your arms up into your L. If you're not flat, that's okay. You're just gonna try and stretch your back knee and keep pushing your back hip forward into the floor. Then we reach our hands to our toe and we bring our nose to our knee. And while we're like this, we're gonna think about our back foot and making sure our pinky toe's on the ground. Good, and then we take our hands behind us, reaching back, 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 head back, nice arch. And then we're gonna bend that toe and touch our toe to our head. And then we're gonna shake it out. All right, awesome. So that is our warm up, and now we're gonna move into some tricks. Okay, let's get started with some tricks. We're gonna begin with our somersaults. So we're gonna put our feet together, reach up to the ceiling, hands down into a tuck, tuck our head, roll and finish in a tuck. Good, see how our toes are pointed and our heels are off the floor? That's what we wanna see. Let's try it again. Arms up, hands to the floor, tuck the head, roll and tuck. Good, now we're gonna try a front roll to standing. So we're gonna do the same thing, but we're gonna stand up at the end. Ready? We're gonna go hands down, roll, and without using our arms, we're gonna stand up and arms out in front of us. Good, let's try that one more time. It's a tricky one. We gotta use a little bit more momentum, so you might wanna roll a little bit faster to help you get up. And we're gonna bring our feet to our bum and use our power in our legs to stand up. Good, you can try that a couple more times, or we can move on to straddle rolls. So we're gonna do a very simple straddle roll. Our feet start apart, our arms go out to the side. We're gonna finish in a nice big straddle with our arms up. So we go hands down, keeping our knees nice and straight, tuck our head, push, and straddle. Good, if we wanna make this harder, we can add a swim through at the end, where we touch our toes to our head in a cobra. Okay, and we're gonna try that all together with no stop in the middle. So if you don't wanna try the swim through in the cobra, you do not have to, you can just finish in a straddle, but we're gonna try it for the video. So arms out, hands down, knees nice and straight, roll, swim through, and cobra. Good job. Now we're gonna try a back roll to standing. So last video we did back roll to knee, and today we're gonna try it to standing. So before we show you, I'm gonna explain it so you can practice. You're gonna start with your feet together, and you're gonna sit your bum to the floor. You're gonna roll back onto your back. You're gonna put your hands beside your head. Your feet are gonna go straight. They're gonna land as close to your head as they possibly can. And then you're gonna lift your bum to the ceiling, use your arms to push off the ground, and you're gonna finish standing. Okay, so the key is that when you're rolling backwards, your legs want to go straight and they want to open out to the side and land beside your head as close to it as possible. And then you're going to use your strong arms to push you up. So let's try again. Okay, the farther away we put our feet, the harder it is to stand up. So we're going to sit, feet together, roll, feet apart, and up. Good, let's give that one more try. This is gonna be a hard one. It takes a lot of strength. Roll, feet apart, and up. Very nice. Okay, so those are the rolls that we're gonna do today. And now we're gonna move on to our cartwheels. So we are going to skip to some more difficult cartwheels today, but if you're still working on your regular cartwheels, that's totally fine. We will quickly show you what those look like so you can practice. So Miss Savannah is gonna start to the left. So we start with our arms in a nice L attached to our ear, our toe is pointed. We go hands down, legs go over like a rainbow, and we finish with the other pointed toe and our arms in an L going that way. Good, and now we're gonna try it to the right. So we keep our right toe pointed, we switch our L, we go hands down, big push over, stand up, and pointed toe. Very nice. Okay, so today we're gonna work on one-handed and cast overs, but we're not gonna do a one-handed with our hand on our tummy like the last video. If you've perfected that, we're gonna move on to a little bit of a harder one-handed cartwheel. If you haven't perfected that, then you can still work on your one-handed with holding your wrist and your one-handed with your hand on your tummy. But today we're gonna do a one-handed cartwheel with a swing. So, Miss Savannah is starting with her left foot. She's going to face the side, and her arms are gonna go out in front of her like she's doing a handstand. Her right arm, show us your right arm, is gonna swing down, and it's gonna hide behind her bum as she does her cartwheel, and then she's gonna finish with a big windmill arms in her L. Let's go back and try that again. So once again, Miss Savannah is she's doing a left cartwheel, so she's using her left foot, and her right arm is swinging and going behind her bum as she steps and finishes her cartwheel. Now she's gonna show us to the right side. So she's gonna face forward, her arms are in front of her like a handstand. Her right toe is pointed. Now her left arm is going to swing down by her bum as she goes into her cartwheel and finishes in her L. Let's go back, try the right side again. So again, your right hand is going to the floor on your right side and your left hand is coming to your bum, and it's gonna stay nice and straight, and it's just gonna tuck right behind your bum as your legs go over. And then you finish in your L with that toe pointed. So you may notice that all of our cartwheels end the same way. You should always finish with a nice plie and then a pointed toe and your arms in an L. Okay, so that is a one-handed cartwheel with a swing. So now we're gonna do a cast over, which means we're going to use the opposite hand to do the cartwheel. And we're just gonna show you this with the hand on the tummy first so that you can practice, and then we'll switch and we'll show you with the swing. So Miss.Savannah is actually gonna face forward this time. She's doing a left cartwheel. So she's gonna put her left hand on her tummy and her right hand is gonna go onto the floor. As she goes over, she's gonna put her right arm as close to her foot as she can, to her left foot as she can, so we can stay on a nice, strong arm. Then we're gonna do our cartwheel the same way with a big straddle right over top of our head, and we're gonna end in our L. Ready? Go. Good. Now we're gonna try the other arm. So now we're going to the right. So our right hand is on our tummy. Our left hand is going down to the floor, close to our foot, so we can be on a strong arm. Big straddle with our legs, big push, and finish in your L. Ready? Go. Let's do that again. There we go. All right, so now we're gonna show you that with the arm swing. So we're gonna start to the left again. Now we're facing where we're going. Our arms are out in front of us. We're gonna swing our left hand to our bum this time. We're gonna put our right hand, again, as close to our foot as we can. The legs are staying the same, making a big straddle over top of our head. Ready? Go. And then we finish in our L. Okay, let's go back, try the left side one more time, and then we'll switch to the right. So left arm to our bum, right arm to the floor, big straddle. Still left leg cartwheel this way, ending in the L. Now we're gonna go to the right, so we're gonna keep our right toe pointed. We're gonna face forward with our arms straight out. Our right arm is gonna go to our bum. Our left arm's gonna go to the floor. Our legs are gonna make a big straddle over top of our head. Let's give it a try. Left arm down, right arm to our bum, and L. Good, let's go back and try that one more time. Left arm to our bum. Oh, sorry, right arm to our bum, left arm to the floor. Big legs. And finish. Very nice. Now to finish off our cartwheels for today, we're going to do a cartwheel to knee. We did learn this one in the video, but I know it's a new one for most of us, so we're just going to practice. So going to the left side, our first foot goes flat onto the floor, and as we're standing up, we bring our left knee down to the ground. And we finish again in our beautiful L. Yay, we love L's in Acro. They make for beautiful lines. Okay, stand up, let's try it to the right. Nice big L, first foot, then knee. Good, and let's do one more time each side. And again to the right. Hands down, feet over top of our head, foot, and then knee. Fabulous. So today we are going to move on to some stands. So we're gonna find a wall, and you're gonna find a wall at your house. Okay, that has lots of space around it. And we're gonna start by doing some headstand drills. Okay, now we're going to do headstands against the wall. So we're gonna start facing the wall on our knees, and we're gonna draw ourselves a triangle by taking our two fingers and making a point, and then opening them up beside our knees and placing our hands flat. Okay, from there, we're gonna take the top of our head and we're gonna put it on the floor where our point was, and we're gonna make sure the back of our head is flat up against the wall. From here, we're gonna tuck our toes on the ground, and we're gonna stretch our knees, and we're gonna try to walk our toes closer to our head till our bum is as close to the wall as we can get it. Okay? So we wanna try and have a nice flat back against the wall, and we wanna try and get our bum as close to the wall as we can, and our toes should be as close to our head as we can get them comfortably. Okay? Then we're gonna come back down and sit up tall. Good, and we're gonna do that again. Ready? Draw your triangle. Hands flat, head down, toes tucked, straight knees, and walk your feet in. Get that back nice and flat. From there, you're gonna bend your knees into your tummy. You're gonna try to lift your feet off the wall and bring your heels into your bum. And then put your feet on the wall and then walk them up to the ceiling. And then we're just gonna try and rest on the wall, nice and straight. Okay, we wanna try and have a nice flat back and our feet together. And straight up to the ceiling. And then from there, we can bend our knees back into our tummy and put our feet on the floor and come up. Awesome. Okay, now that's gonna be a little bit tricky, so you can practice it 3 or 4 times before you move off the wall. So we're gonna show you what that looks like. We're gonna come back onto our mat and we're gonna do a teddy bear stand. So we're gonna do the same thing, but this time we don't have a wall. We start on our knees. We're gonna draw our triangle. Good, we're gonna put our head down on the floor. We're gonna tuck our toes, stretch our knees, and walk our feet as close to our head as we can get them. From here, we wanna take one knee and place it on top of our elbow, and then the other knee is gonna try to come off and go on top of our other elbow, and then we're gonna try to keep our toes off the ground, lifting, and that's a teddy bear stand, okay? And if you can hold that and you feel very comfortable and strong, then you're gonna try to take your knees off of your elbows and bring them into a tuck. Good, and if you can hold that for 8 seconds, then you can slowly start to stretch your knees up to the ceiling into a full headstand. Okay? And you wanna try to balance there. Now, the key is that we wanna keep our chin off of our chest. So we do not wanna curve our back. Our back needs to be nice and straight. We wanna have lots of space between our chest and our chin. Okay, and when we come down, we bend our knees into our chest, back to the floor, and sit up tall. Very well done, okay? And that's gonna be a tough one, and everybody's gonna be able to hold it for different lengths of time, and that's totally okay. You wanna practice slowly. Make sure you start with a teddy bear stand first, and once you're able to hold your teddy bear stand for 12 counts, slow counts, not fast counts, then you can start working into a tuck and then straight up into a headstand. We don't want to go into straight legs into the air right away, because that's not gonna train our muscles how to balance, okay? Then it's just luck. So make sure we're working through a tuck and then into straight legs. Okay, the next stand that we're gonna work on today is a chest stand. So we're gonna show you our prep position, and we can't do this one against the wall, but there are a couple exercises that we can work on. So we start on our knees with our bum up off our heels, and our knees are gonna be hip width apart. So we don't want them too far apart, but we don't want them together. So they should be a little bit apart. Good, and our hands are down by our side. Okay, and how this works is we want to push our hip bones towards the camera or forwards. We want to bring our shoulders back in a small arch. We don't want to go too crazy and like drop our head back and do a big arch. We just want to do a small arch. Then slowly we're going to push our hip bones forward. We're going to roll onto our pelvis, onto our hips, onto our chest. We're gonna put our hands flat on the floor beside us. We're gonna keep our chin forward, and we're gonna reach our toes up to the ceiling. Okay, so we're gonna come down. And we're gonna do a chest roll exercise. So what that means is that we're gonna try to roll onto our chest and practice the rolling motion. And we're gonna bring our legs as high as we can straight to the ceiling at 12 o'clock. For 1 second, and then we're just gonna roll right back down. So we're just practicing the rolling and not necessarily the stand or the holding. So we roll, our legs go up to the ceiling, lift them, and come back down. Good. And we are gonna do that 10 times. So that's 1. So we roll, keeping our arms nice and straight, reach and down. That's 2 and 3, up and down. Good, and we're trying to keep our legs straight and together when they reach to the ceiling. And go 4, up and down. And let's go 5, up and down. And then we'll go 6, up, down. And 3 more, 7, and down, roll. 8, good, so look where her hands are, by her bum, nice and straight. And 2 more, 9, roll up and down. And last one, 10, roll up and down. Good. So now when we go to try to hold it, we're not gonna start with a straight leg position right away because that takes a lot of back strength and control. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to bring our toes to our head and keep our knees bent and apart. So you wanna roll, you wanna try and get your toes up to your head and squeeze your abdominal muscles and your back muscles when you get there, and you wanna try and stay there for as long as you can. So we're gonna roll, we're gonna bring our toes to our head, knees apart, nice V position, and then we just roll right back down and sit. Okay, so that's a chest stand. Let's try it one more time. See how long Miss.Savannah can hold it for. And we go roll, good. And I want you to pay attention to where her hands are. So they're nice and straight. We've got the palm of our hands down on the floor, fingertips are apart, and our arms are actually pretty close together, so they're not way out to the side. Okay, and then she's gonna come down. Yay, good job, Miss.Savannah. All right, so that is our stands that we're gonna work on today. And the last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do some back arches, and then we're gonna work on back arch kickovers and front overs. So front overs are a new one today, and I encourage you, unless you have all of the other tricks that we've been working on, do not try these at home without a parent. Okay, unless you have been taking Acro for a while and you feel 100% comfortable, be very careful. So we're gonna start with a bridge. So we're gonna lie down on our back. Okay, we're gonna go in, we're gonna go slowly. So we tuck our hands into our ears, fingertips are pointing at our shoulders, elbows are tucked into our head. And we push up from there, hips to the ceiling, good. We're gonna try to do a full bridge. So we're stretching our knees, pushing our armpits out. Good. You're gonna give me a little wave with your right hand. And down, and then wave with your left hand. And down, good. If you can, you're gonna bring one arm up onto your tummy. And down, other arm up onto your tummy. And down, and then we're gonna come down. Good. We're gonna do that one more time, tucking our arms into our ears, fingertips pointing at our shoulders. And we're gonna go stretch. Good, and we're gonna bring our one knee into retire and stretch it if you can up to the ceiling. And down, and then our other leg's gonna come up into retire and stretch it and bend and down. And then we're gonna come down. Good. Now again, we are progressing in these videos, so we're gonna skip some of the stuff that we've been working on, but you can always go back and work on circle bridges, or if you're still working on one hand, that's good too. But we are gonna fast forward a little and we're gonna do a backwards from standing and recover. So this time we're gonna face to the side, and we're gonna put our arms up to our ears, head goes back first, nice, slow and controlled, down into our bridge, and then we're gonna rock 3 times. 1, 2, and on the third one, we're gonna push up. Good. We're gonna try that one more time, and this time we're gonna do a really big rock, really exaggerated rock, so we can practice our weight placement. So we go feet, hands, feet, hands, feet, hands, and then up. Yeah, good. And if you can get rid of the rocks, and you don't need to use any rocks, that's awesome too. So we're gonna show you that. So we go down, we put all of our weight onto our hands, so we're pushing our shoulders out, stretching our knees, and then we're gonna throw it onto our feet and lift. Good, and our arms are gonna come up to our ears as we stand up. Beautiful. So now we're gonna try kick over. So we're gonna go down into our bridge. Okay, just if you wanna push up 2, you can practice that as well. And we're gonna take one foot over our head and we're gonna practice kicking over. So we're gonna put it on the floor, okay? And Miss.Savannah is gonna use her right foot first, and she's gonna push off of her left foot, push her right foot over, kick. Good, and she's gonna do it again. She's gonna give a big push. She's gonna get all the way over. There we go. Okay, so you may find that while you're practicing, every push might not get you over right away, and that's okay. You need to find how hard you need to push off your leg to get over. Okay, so now we're gonna try the other leg. So we go back into our bridge. And this time we're gonna use our left leg to go over top of our head, and our right leg's gonna push off the floor. Push. Good. Yeah, and when we stand up, it's just like a handstand. So we come down one foot and then the other foot, and we finish with a nice pointed toe and arms out in front of us. Okay, you will find that one leg will be easier than the other, and that's okay. We all have that, it's natural, but we do want to be trying both so that we're making both sides of our bodies nice and strong. All right, so that's a bridge kick over. And again, in the last video we showed you, you can also do it off a lift, so something a little bit higher, and then you can bring your lift smaller and smaller and smaller until you're able to do it off the floor. Okay, so now we're gonna do something called a front over. So when we do a front over, we're gonna face forward, and we're kicking into a handstand. Then we're slowly bringing our feet down into a bridge, and then we're gonna stand up just like a bridge recover. So we wanna be nice and controlled. We don't wanna fall onto our feet. We wanna go nice and slowly. And again, this is dangerous, so be careful. Make sure you're on a softer surface and somebody is watching you. Okay, so we're gonna start pointing our toe. We're gonna go nice and slow, hands on the floor, very nice controlled handstand, feet together, onto the floor, in our bridge, and then arms squeeze as we stand up. Handstand, feet, recover. Beautiful, let's do one more. Okay, now if you are having trouble with the recovering part, that's okay. We can always practice just going down into the bridge and then coming down onto the floor, okay? So while we're going from our handstand to our bridge, we wanna make sure that we keep our weight on our hands and we don't let it fall onto our feet. So that means we have to push our shoulders out and keep our shoulders right on top of our wrists. Very nice. Okay, and once we have that trick, then we can start moving into front walkovers and back walkovers and the different variations that come with those. So that is gonna be the last trick of our acro class today, okay? If you aren't able to do these things, remember that's totally fine. We are all at different levels, and if you need to stick with week 1 and keep watching that video and keep watching those tricks and working on those tricks, then keep doing that, okay? We're all learning at a different pace, and we all have different strengths, and we can combine different things from different videos, okay? Great. So thanks everyone for watching our week 2 Arts at Home Initiative Acro class. We are gonna go into some front walkover and back walkover variations next class along with some more stands. So if you found this class easy, don't worry, there's harder things coming your way. Thank you all so much for joining us, and we hope you're having fun learning at home, and keep staying safe and healthy, and we'll see you soon. Bye guys.